People are making millions with Shopify, e-commerce, and dropshipping, but the question is how? And the answer is by building brands. I actually created a strategy called branded dropshipping, which by far is the absolute best strategy to build a successful Shopify store that will actually allow you to live a life of passive income and freedom. Hey, what's going on? My name is Dan and I want to welcome you back to the channel. I'm an active e-commerce seller and investor. I own several brands, having sold millions of dollars in e-commerce physical products online in the past several years. On the side, I also make YouTube videos sharing what's been working for me and what's working for me along my own e-commerce journey, building brands, building existing brands, and new brands as well. So far, I've gotten over 300,000 subscribers, which is absolutely incredible. I'm so happy and grateful for every single one of you watching my videos because it's always been my mission ever since I started YouTube from day one. It's always been my mission to create the absolute best online entrepreneurial content out there, because before I got into this space, before I got into this whole game of online business and e-commerce, what was out there, honestly, was very unimpressive. Online business was very much still, I guess, almost like taboo. It was like just a lot of sketchiness, a lot of sketchy stuff online. So that's why when I started making videos, I knew that I could really offer so much just through my own journey. Having been able to do the things that I've done, I've been able to become a multimillionaire in my early 20s through online business, through e-commerce specifically, and through online entrepreneurship, which I so recommend to you. I think it's so great to get into right now. One thing I will say is that it's super easy to get overwhelmed with the massive amount of information out there. There's just so much. There's all these YouTubers and everybody out there just saying things, right? Someone's talking about e-commerce, someone's talking about Shopify, someone's talking about Bitcoin, stocks, whatever. And it can be confusing when you're starting out. I actually was going through the same thing when I was starting out along my journey because I didn't know what to do. And luckily, I actually committed to e-commerce, and that's what I became successful with. So because there's so much information out there, a lot of it which is honestly very questionable, that's why part of my mission is to just bring the absolute best e-commerce information, the best e-commerce content. Part of that is to show the best strategy for building a successful e-commerce store. And so that's exactly what I'm going to be talking about in this video today, how to build a successful branded dropshipping store, specifically with the strategy that I developed. And I will say again that before I actually got into dropshipping, this is very much what it was like. So most of the stores out there were what were called general stores, and there's still people teaching this way out there, which honestly blows my mind. I don't know how you can be on YouTube and stand there and have the dignity or the conscience to tell people to build general stores and test products and basically just dropship forever, when in reality we all know, well, not we all know, it's not common knowledge, but if you've been an active e-commerce seller at least for some time, then you know the only way to actually have lasting success with e-commerce and with Shopify specifically is by building a brand that will actually stand the test of time. And so that's why when I got into dropshipping, I was actually already successful with Amazon FBA. This was about 3 years ago. And so when I got in, I knew that I had to fix it. I knew that I had to develop a new strategy where I could get a logo on the products, I could get fast shipping, and I could actually turn dropshipping, which was, originally very scammy, very sketchy. People are getting, basically you're shipping products directly from AliExpress to people's houses, which I always thought was kind of ridiculous. It's just not very high value at all. You're not really offering a lot of value as an entrepreneur. So long story short, I came in and I made this new strategy. It's the best. Since then, I've made tremendous amounts of money with it. I've also created a 2.5-hour tutorial for Shopify on my YouTube channel as well. Maybe you've seen it, maybe you haven't. I'm going to link that in the description below, as well as my entire Shopify playlist, which you can check out after this video. The information that I'm going to tell you here is going to be vital to your success with Shopify because it's not being said anywhere else in any other video. So first of all, before we actually get in, quickly, I will do a quick basic definition of what is dropshipping, because a lot of you watching are new. A lot of people that are watching my channel now, especially since my channel is growing so fast, which I'm so happy about and so grateful for. I just want to kind of briefly go over that. So the simple answer to what is dropshipping is you open a Shopify store, you sell products without actually having to buy any inventory. That's all it is. That's all dropshipping is. Instead of, for example, with Amazon FBA, where you have to buy 500 units or 750 units or 1,000 units, and you have to pay all that money up front and then store the units in the Amazon warehouse and take that risk. You don't have to take that upfront risk with dropshipping. The great part about it is that you can basically just start a store, and once you find a good enough product that you want to sell, then you can just basically use something called Oberlo, or you can use like an app to fulfill the orders, and then it goes straight from your supplier to your customer's house, right? Now, I have talked a lot of smack about Oberlo in the past, but times have changed a little bit. Just the way that we do dropshipping and the way that we do branded dropshipping specifically has also evolved. So I'm going to talk about that in this video as well. So long story short, how dropshipping works, somebody finds your site through like a Facebook ad that you're running, for example, or a YouTube ad that you're running, or something on TikTok. They go on your website, they buy your product, you take that money, and then you send it to your supplier over in China. It doesn't have to be in China, but most suppliers who are willing to dropship, they're located in China. They're just the most familiar with that, and so that's why it's likely going to be a Chinese supplier. But you take that money, you send it to your supplier. Let's say your customer buys your product at $30, so you take that $30, you send $10 to your supplier, which is how much, let's say, the unit cost is for your product, and then you pocket the profit. All right, so between the money that you make from your customer and the money that you send to your supplier plus your cost of acquisition, meaning that your cost, like how much you pay to actually acquire that customer through Facebook ads or through any kind of advertising that you're running, let's say $5 of Facebook ads. So $30 is what you got, $10 what you paid your supplier, $5 is how much your Facebook ad costs to get that customer. Well, that means 30 minus 10 minus 5, that's $15. So your profit would be $15. But obviously that's just put very simply. You also have shipping cost, and then ad cost is not usually $5. It really varies depending on the product. So that's just a very, very basic rundown, just like a surface level thing. But here's the truth about Shopify, about e-commerce. You can make a lot of money doing this, especially if you follow the branded dropshipping method, because nobody else is really doing it out there. And if you see any other YouTubers talking about it, it's because they realize how good it is. They claim it's their strategy. It's not, it's mine. But anyway, it's not some kind of a get rich quick scheme. It's not a scheme at all. It's not too good to be true. I know that you might be thinking, whoa, well, all this sounds amazing, passive income, I want to make passive income, but I've maybe fallen for a lot of, scams out there. I've fallen for a lot of tricks and schemes and things like that. So you're building a real business. That's the beauty of branded dropshipping. You're not just like participating in some kind of a scheme. You're not doing some cryptocurrency thing. You're not just sending your money somewhere. So like you're actually building a real business with real products and real customers, and you are going to be able to really grow it to, honestly, an unlimited scale. That's the thing about e-commerce. You can really just blow it up as much as you want. Once you have a successful store running, once you have a successful product, you only have to win once, right? So even if you fail a few times, well, you only have to win once, and then you've got yourself a 5K, 10K, 20, 30K a month plus income. You can make a lot of money with e-commerce. I've made a lot of money with e-commerce. Thousands of people on my channel and that I coach have made tons of money with e-commerce, have successful businesses that have absolutely transformed their lives. So this is really, really amazing. Believe me, when I got into e-commerce, I had a lot of questions myself. The thing is, I knew that people were making money out there and living their dream lives with online business, so I knew it wasn't too good to be true. But if you're watching this, you might think that. You might be asking yourself, that if it was that easy, why isn't everyone doing it? You might be saying things like, can I really make money with this? I'm super excited about this, but is this actually real? And these are all projections, right? So basically, we all form beliefs and paradigms just from our entire lives, just from living. And every single day, our mind just creates these beliefs that we adhere to. It creates these a lot of what are limiting beliefs, right? And so you might be thinking that, you can never make a certain amount of, you can never make more money than a certain level of money, right? Just because no one in your family has ever made that money. Or you might be thinking that all online business is a scam or something like that, when that's not true, right? So you got to really pay attention to those limiting beliefs, and you really have to prevent them from consuming you as you're getting on this journey, or else it's just going to stop you in your tracks. One thing I will say is that I need you to fully trust what I'm about to say here in this video. It's pure raw information. I have no, ulterior motives. It's good. Just what's going to help you the most is just to blindly trust what I'm about to tell you with branded dropshipping, how to build this thing out. And, I really don't get anything out of you failing. I want you to succeed, right? Because a lot of you guys will end up going through the coaching that we offer at Ecom Freedom anyway, and then we'll succeed. So that's why, I'm saying this, right? One thing a lot of people ask me is, Dan, can I do this from anywhere in the world? And the answer is yes. Like I said, I've seen people, from all over the world succeed and build successful Shopify and Amazon stores. There's interviews of successful students all over my channel, Shopify and Amazon, people that have gone through our coaching at Ecom Freedom, which you can find the links for down below. There's always a special offer or a free trial that you can check out. But so it's all real. The e-commerce revolution is happening right now, and those that actually take action, those that they don't spend their time just wasting it trying to understand, thinking about whether this is real, whether this is not real, which business should I start, those people are not going to succeed. The ones that are going to succeed are the ones that are actually going to go and build out the business and make it work and make it succeed and get pushed through the obstacles, get through the roadblocks, and just choose success. So the first step in building a successful branded dropshipping store will be product research. Now, this is going to be a part that is going to take a substantial amount of time. It's not going to be quick. Some people find a great product in 2 days. Some people, it takes a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. That's totally fine. For me, I think if I remember correctly, it took me 3 weeks of product research to find my first successful product. So honestly, what's 3 weeks in the grand scheme of things? Nothing, right? And I was doing product research like pretty religiously, like every night. So I was at it. But the thing that's really important to understand with product research is that there are millions of products out there. There are so many techniques. I have a lot of product research videos on my channel as well that you can check out. There's going to be a playlist down below. The reason why I make so many of these videos is because, first of all, I'm a very experienced product researcher. I mean, I've been doing this for so long. I can literally look at a product and tell right away if it's going to be successful or not. I just have that intuition. I guess it comes with experience, and I know that you're going to have that same intuition once you've actually been doing this for like a year, 2 years, 3 years. It's just going to come naturally, right? So product research, it's not insanely hard. Honestly, you just put in the time, you follow the right techniques, and for Shopify dropshipping, for branded dropshipping, the best way to actually find products will be to use a free tool called Ecom Radar, which my company has created. So we do software as well. So it's Ecom Radar. It's completely free. As you can see, you can just add it to Chrome. Here's the page. You'll find the link down below as well. And what this allows you to do is actually what it does is it filters out all of the non-ads on Facebook. So it only shows you ads on Facebook, which is super useful for us. Most people, they want to block ads, but ads are actually a really good source of great products to sell, because if a company is running ads, we can kind of guess that, okay, well, if they've been running ads for any amount of time longer than like a month, and if they're running ads actively on Facebook, well, they're probably running the ads and they're making money. You wouldn't be running ads if you're not making any money, right? So that's why Ecom Radar is really good. I found tons of successful products using this tool, and I've had thousands of people also find very successful products. We have right now, at the time of making this video, 4,000 people using the tool very happily. Obviously, it's going to go up since I make this video. Now, with product research, there's actually 2 ways you can go about this. Number one, you can find a product that fits the criteria and just makes money. So you really, it's not something that you're passionate about. It's not something that that falls into one of your interests, but the numbers add up, it fits the criteria, and it can be built into a brand. And then the second avenue is you can create a brand that you're passionate about. And there are very big differences between the 2 approaches. Honestly, I think that for most people starting out, it's best to find a product that fits the criteria and that is making money, that you can tell is making money, that there is good competition, meaning that there is money to be made, instead of just focusing on something that you're passionate about. Because the truth is that the world does not care about your passions. And as insensitive as that sounds, it's the best advice for somebody starting out as an entrepreneur, because you just realize that, okay, first of all, it sets you free, right? That doesn't mean that the whole myth of like do what you love and you're going to make money. Yeah, that's BS. It's BS. If you basically provide a valuable product with a brand that you make, you're going to make money no matter what. So it doesn't have to be something you're passionate about. I can tell you that a lot of the products that I've sold in the past, I'm not passionate about at all. Now I'm at the level in terms of money, in terms of wealth and success, where I can actually build things that I'm passionate about because I have more choice and I have more startup capital, and I guess I have more experience and I can afford to fail, quote unquote, even though I'm not going to fail. But you get what I'm saying, right? So there's 2 different avenues. It's up to you to make the decision. But in terms of just finding a product that fits the criteria, I talk about this a lot in my other product research videos on my channel, so you can check those out. I have a 2.5-hour Shopify tutorial, and then I have other videos in my Shopify playlist down below. What I always say is that you can always start selling a product that just makes sense to sell, and the numbers add up, and it's making sales, and it's going to get you to that freedom number, which I call 10K a month. Once you're making 10K a month in profit, so about 20, 30K a month in sales, at that point you have financial freedom. You can quit your job, and you're making more money than most people in society, and you're making that money passively. It's not like you have to slave away at a 9 to 5 to make that money. So what I always say is you can do that, get to that freedom number, get to 10K a month, and then after that, you can just basically, you can choose what you want to do. You can keep adding on products to that existing brand, or you can start a new brand with a product that you're more passionate about, maybe that requires more of a startup capital, but now you have more experience as well, right? So it's up to you at the end of the day what you choose, but honestly, you really can't go wrong with that approach. So after product research, and after you've spent a week, 2 weeks, or however long it takes you to really find a product that you feel good about, it adds up, the numbers add up, and your whole gut feeling and your intuition, it's all just aligned. The universe, it's all perfectly aligned. The universe, I love saying that. Whenever you hear people say the universe, especially girls on Instagram, that's when you know. So, okay, so the next step will be to get samples. So this is super, super important. What a sample is basically you're going to be, when you're finding suppliers on AliExpress at the beginning of your store, when you're just trying to find the supplier, what a sample is basically when you are trying to find a supplier, you want to actually be able to see, touch, and feel the product in your hands, and you want to compare the different options that are available on AliExpress. So getting samples allows you to do that. You want to get at least 3 samples from 3 different listings on AliExpress. You want to look at the number of orders and the number number of reviews. So what I recommend doing is when you go on AliExpress, you type in your product, let's say, barbecue gloves, just as an example. I'm not super original, so I always bring up that example. But right, so barbecue gloves, you sort by the number of orders from top to bottom, and then you look at the reviews as well. And then if it all adds up, if it's all good, just order the product to your house and see what it looks like, and really make sure that you're looking at the product quality. It's so important to understand that product quality is king in e-commerce, and most stores out there, they do not focus on quality at all. They really are just, I guess, falling in this get rich quick scheme thing, and they're just trying to like slap together some BS store, and the store just doesn't really look good. It looks like literally like an AliExpress reselling site. So you don't want your site to look like that. You really want to make sure that when you are sourcing your samples, that the quality is high, that it's literally almost like, when you buy an iPhone and you open it and you're like, oh, it's amazing, right? So that's ideally what we want to go for with your product. So that's what I look for when getting samples. The next step will be to actually build out your Shopify store. So Shopify actually has a 14-day free trial. You can check it out down below. There's going to be a link, and basically you can start for free. You can get your product up and running, and then you can test it. You can see what's up, and if it makes you money, you can continue the plan. If not, then you can cancel. I believe the plan is about like $29 a month for the basic, $20 to $30, something like that. It's not super expensive. And also, a lot of people ask me, well, why Shopify? Why not like Magento? Why not WooCommerce? Why not BigCommerce or the other ones, right? And the reason why is because Shopify by far is the easiest tool to use to actually build out your store compared to any other tools that I found. So don't break your head. Like, don't create unnecessary stress in your life. Just go with Shopify. Believe me, it's the best. Like, please do not try to cheap out and go with some other Shopify copycat, okay? Because Shopify is king. So there's a reason why the top stores in the world are being run on Shopify. Now, what's super important to realize is that you have to make the site look nice. This is not the easiest thing to do, especially if you are just using like a default theme on Shopify, and if you're just brand new with Shopify, but it's fine. I have videos on this on my channel as well. You can check those out. But my best advice for making your Shopify store look nice, look at your competition and try to make your site look like theirs, and then that's a good starting point. You don't want to copy. Copying is never the name of the game. Like, you don't want to really just plagiarize your competitors, but you kind of want to take ideas, because obviously what they're doing is working. So don't try to venture out and reinvent the wheel and try to just completely change your site and make it completely different, because it might not resonate with your target market. You might not be making any sales. Just if you want success and you want it quickly, believe me, just mimicking your competitors and then just innovating from there is the best way to go. Also, what's going to make it really easy to build out a nice looking Shopify site is to get a great theme, as well as a great drag and drop site builder app. So I'm going to link the best ones down below so you can check those out. Basically, it turns Shopify into like a fully drag and drop experience. It makes it a lot easier for you to make a nice site. Now, the next step of building out a successful branded dropshipping site will be to get amazing product photos. This is so important. A lot of people, they neglect this and they just copy and paste photos off AliExpress. This is literally a death sentence for your Shopify store and brand. Like, don't even bother, right? At that point, it's just like, okay, just close the website. You need to get good pictures, and you have two options here. You can either pay someone to get this done, and I'm going to tell you the best way of doing that, or you can try to do it yourself. So it's up to you. I'm going to start off with the paid option, and the reason why I'm going to start off with that option is because most of us are not professional photographers. We don't know how to take nice looking pictures of a product. So that's why I always recommend just hiring a great photographer. There's a lot out there, but typically to get beautiful photos, it's not going to be like a $50 thing. It's going to be more of like a $500 thing, or minimum $250. So what we actually did at Ecom Freedom is my company, we actually got together the best photographers, photographers that I personally use for my own brands and that our team uses, because our team also sells actively on Shopify and Amazon and their own brands. So I actually put together the service called Ecom Freedom Perfect Photos. You can check it out down below, and you'll find a deal there as well. And basically you get access to my photographers, the best ones, people that I actually trust and that I've used for my own photos. So you can check that out as well. It's going to be about $4.99, and if you want something high quality, you're going to have to pay the price. So that's just something that's important to understand. And just think about how many sales you're going to be making back, like how many more sales you're going to be making back once you actually get nice product pictures, right? So, even if it's like $4.99, how many sales is that going to be to make that money back? And then obviously those pictures stay. Now, the second option is you can do it yourself, and I'm going to show you how. So the best way to try to take photos yourself is, honestly, if you have an iPhone, if you have like a DSLR camera or like a mirrorless camera or any nice looking camera with a lens, you can try that. The most important thing for this is that you need what's called I think it's like a mini softbox studio. So I'm going to link the best one down below. Yeah, there you go. So it's like a mini photo studio. So I'm going to link the best one that my team has actually used themselves. So I actually haven't done this myself. I always just go for the photographers, but I know it's a great way if you want to do it yourself. So I'm going to link that down below. Now the next step will be to actually get ads. Now ads are very important because on Shopify, when you actually put together a nice looking Shopify site, you get the nice pictures, you make the site look nice, and you have a great product, you got samples, you got a good supplier. At that point, obviously you need to find a way to get customers onto your site, visitors onto your site, and just like eyeballs, people that are going to look at your product and potentially buy. And so that's where ads come in. Ads are going to be what you're going to use to actually attract people onto your site. Now I recommend trying to film your own ads, and it's not so hard. You might be thinking, well, I've never done this and all this stuff, but honestly, I filmed my own ads in the past and they worked out great, literally with my iPhone, right? And you can always, it's like simple, you can always just have a friend who is maybe in the target market, who people that would be seeing your ads that would potentially be customers, they would connect with, right? So if it's a beauty brand, maybe find a friend, a nice good looking girl who's a friend, maybe your girlfriend or something like that, so there you go, you have a lot of options. But in terms of filming your own ads, the best ads are problem solving ads, meaning that let's say you are selling a wireless car charger. So I've actually sold this product in the past, and for example, with the wireless car charger, it was a special one. It's the one that clips into your vent, and it was magnetic. So with that specific product, the ad was, it was me driving in the truck, and then I got my buddy to film me, and I was just like, oh, I'm so tired of these clunky old phone holders. And then my friend was like, oh, check out this new, wireless car charger. And then I put it, I'm like, whoa, it's amazing. Literally like that. Like that actually works. And you want to make sure that you film multiple variations. So not just one ad, you want to film multiple, because testing is the name of the game. You don't know which ad is actually going to perform well on Facebook or whichever ads platform you're using. There's a lot out there like Facebook, Google, which is Google and YouTube, right? Because YouTube is owned by Google, so that's where you do the YouTube ads from. And then Instagram, that's owned by Facebook, so you can do that on Facebook. Wow factor is super important in your ads. The more of a wow factor that your product has, the better your ads will convert. That's just how it works, especially on Facebook, because it's like you want to make sure that your ads are attention grabbing. So people just pause in their tracks and they want to go on your site and they want to potentially buy the product, right? You can also pay to get ads done. That's possible as well. So I don't currently have any recommended service for that, but there's a lot of services out there. Just make sure that you're not overpaying. It should not cost you thousands of dollars. Now, once you've actually filmed your ads, the next step will be to actually run the ads. I already talked about how you want to make sure that the ads are attention grabbing. You want to make sure that for whichever ad platform you are running ads on, that the ads actually fit the native kind of format of that platform. So if it's Facebook, you want to make sure that the ads are like other ads on Facebook that actually work, right? For example, you're not going to run something super clickbait on a YouTube ad, right? Because YouTube ad is more of a longer form, it's more of a video, right? Now, let's say for Facebook, you don't want to spend over $100 or $150 max for your testing of the product, right? So honestly, some people, they like spend $500, they don't get any sales. I have no idea why. Do not, I repeat, spend more than $100 or $150 testing a product. And honestly, the whole idea of testing, the reason why I even say this is because, yeah, like you have to test the product, see if it works, but in reality, why would you have to test something if you see that it is already working for someone else? What makes you different? And if it doesn't work for you, well, obviously the site that you made is maybe garbage, or maybe the ads that you made are garbage, or something in the offer is wrong. So what the offer is on Shopify, what we're doing is we're building out and selling offers, right? So when you are actually building out your site, so the combination of the product you're selling, the price, the pictures, everything, that's your offer that you're presenting to people, and then it's up to those people to either purchase, take advantage of that offer or not, and become customers or not become customers. So the idea of testing is wrong. When I see a product, I know that I can make it work if I make the offer good enough. So the next step will be fulfillment. Now this is super important. This is where you are figuring out how to get the product out to your customer. So there's two stages here, and this is really where the branded dropshipping method comes in, because we talked about getting a logo, we talked about fast shipping. So for fulfillment, you want to, at the very beginning, you're going to be dropshipping, you're going to be using AliExpress, and you want to use Oberlo for this. It's a little bit of a change from the strategy I used to teach, branded dropshipping V1. This is version 2. Reason being is that a lot of suppliers right now, what I used to do is just go straight to Alibaba and then try to get them to dropship with a logo potentially and with faster shipping. And a lot of suppliers nowadays, they're just not doing that. They're not willing to do that. I think because of the massive amount of people that followed my advice and they did that. So that's why now for stage 1, you want to dropship the product. You want to use Oberlo. And basically what Oberlo is, it's a tool that automatically fulfills your orders and it sends the information to that supplier that you've chosen on AliExpress, so that you don't have to like manually order to each person's address. So it makes that all super simple. Now this is in stage 1. In stage 1 dropshipping, like I said, you're not going to have a logo and you're not going to have fast shipping, because the shipping using Oberlo is going to be a few weeks. And really, stage one is a pain in the ass, but it's a necessary pain that you have to go through as part of getting started with a new dropshipping store. Unless you want to take the risk and, spend thousands of dollars on a bulk order, go straight to stage two, because that's what it's going to be, purchasing a bulk order, which I would not recommend. If you're brand new, you should not do that. You should dropship first. In stage one, you're really looking for that confidence that your marketing, your ads, and your website all looks good. It's working. The whole thing is getting you sales. It's all, running like a well-oiled machine. And even if you're breaking even on your first 2 months, it's all good. Don't try to look for crazy profits overnight. I know that it's human nature. We all want to get rich overnight. I understand, but just understand it's not going to take that long. Just follow my advice. Follow the steps that I'm teaching here, and you'll see that it won't take you nearly as long as you think to succeed. So in stage one, you're just looking for that confidence, and you're just trying to break even on your first 2 months of sales. And you want to be able to get that confidence that you can sell at break even or even slightly profitable by adding upsells and cross sells. So, you can upsell to maybe a second product at a discount or another product where you can cross sell, right? And in case I didn't make it clear enough already, you really do not want to build out general stores no matter what anyone tells you. Like, if you go on YouTube, you type in Shopify, my videos are number one. Okay, so I think I have the authority definitely to say what I think and what the best strategy is, and it is not to build a general store. Please do not build general stores. It's not 2017 anymore. You can't get away with doing this. You need to build a brand. You need to build an actual business, okay? And then once your store is making consistent sales, at least at break even, you can see that the demand is proven. You can now proceed to step two. And step two is really where the magic happens. So here, you're actually going to find a supplier in Alibaba for your product, because Alibaba, the difference between Alibaba and AliExpress, Alibaba, you can place bulk orders, you can get a logo and things like that. AliExpress is more for drop shipping. So on Alibaba, you're going to find a supplier and you're going to place a bulk order. And this is really the only way to get a logo and fast shipping for your product, because doing this, you're going to be able to basically, you have a few options in terms of like fulfillment. You can, let's say, order 500 units or 750 units or 1,000 units, and you can have that all sent to your house. Let's say if you live in the States, right? So you can have that all sent to your house. All those units would be at your house, and you can just fulfill it with your local post office. DHL, FedEx, or UPS are the fastest, and you can just fulfill it each to your customers. If you're also selling on Amazon, you can actually use Amazon's fulfillment center as well, Amazon FBA, which is what we do for our brands, and you can just basically fulfill from there on your Shopify site, but you do need to be selling on Amazon as well for that. Now, I know it's a lot to process if you're brand new, so don't worry about Amazon for now. Just know that in stage two, you're going to be looking for a supplier on Alibaba, and how you're going to be doing this is you're going to send them a supplier contact template. So there's a specific kind of like letter or templated letter that you send to your suppliers that you're contacting on Alibaba. On AliExpress, you don't have to do this because you can just order. So to get this contact template, I'm going to link down below the Amazon FBA starter pack, because even though this video is for Shopify, stage two really, like at this point, you're basically following the Amazon FBA way of sourcing products, even though it's for Shopify. In that starter pack, you'll find the supplier contact template as well. Now, this does require upfront capital investment, but at this point, you've already been in stage one and you've already built up that confidence that it's going to work. You've minimized all possible risk. Really, really important here. I can't stress this enough. Make sure you have a healthy profit margin. When you do your bulk order, you want to make sure that between the price that you're planning on selling your product at and between the price that you're buying the product at, there's enough room to make at least 30% in margin. At the absolute lowest, 25%. If you're expecting to do a lot of volume, a lot of daily sales, if it's more of a cheaper product that like sells a lot of units, 40 to 50% profit margin is the sweet spot. Anything above is icing on the cake. Now, depending on when you watch this video, you're going to be able to access our Shopify profit calculator, which currently when I'm making this video, it's in development, but by the time you watch this, it might be available. I'm going to put the link down below, and that's a tool that you can use. It's completely free. It tells you exactly what your profit margin will be for your Shopify product. You'd be shocked how many people buy 1,000 units of a product, they have no idea what the margin is, and when it comes in like, oh shit, the margin is like negative 5%, and they realize that it's a money-losing business. So don't be that person, please. So by far, branded dropshipping and this whole strategy that I discussed here is the best way to start an online business today. There's no doubt in my mind, unless you're doing Amazon FBA, which is what I started with personally. Again, it's your choice. It's not like one is better than the other. Really, it's a matter of preference. With branded dropshipping, it doesn't require that much capital investment. You limit your risk, and you can really build something sustainable and profitable. You can really build a real business that will make you money for years to come. Now, I know how you're feeling now. You're excited, but you're also feeling overwhelmed. because it is overwhelming. I think I just bombarded you with a massive amount of information and your brain is probably just like blowing up. You just need to relax, right? I understand. But the truth is with this business, like anything worth doing, it requires investment, it requires effort, and it requires follow through. Like you need to commit to this. And if you're a person, and likely you are, if you've watched this video long enough to this point, and you still haven't gotten tired of my voice, if you already know deep down in your heart that the 9-to-5 life is not for you, that you need to start an online business and make passive income, like this is something that you just need to do, and that you want to achieve financial freedom and you want to live the freedom lifestyle, that you're gonna do it, all you have left is to take action. Those that succeed are exclusively those who take action, nobody else. And even though I have tons of amazing videos on my channel that talk about the ins and outs of Shopify and Amazon FBA and really getting started with online business and the whole mindset behind it, the best way by far to ensure success for yourself is by investing in a quality course and mentorship program that will show you every single step of getting to 6 to 7 figures with Shopify. And you want to make sure the course has unlimited mentorship from people like myself that are actually own successful e-commerce brands. They're in the game, they're doing this every single day, and they have a team of verified 6 to 7 figure sellers like myself. So with my company, Ecom Freedom, myself and my team, we're all a bunch of verified 6 to 7 figure sellers. You can actually look at my YouTube community page. I posted up screenshots from one of my recent stores, one of our recent brands that we're growing here on the team, and I revealed the store. It's called Bro Day, and we're doing like 2-3K days, and we also recently hit a $1 million valuation as well. So this is why the Shopify Freedom course is the best investment you can make by far. You're gonna learn every single step that you need to build a successful 6 to 7 figure branded dropshipping store with the goal of making 10K a month, which is, like I said, the freedom number. And you also get unlimited mentorship. So the link to join is down below. We're usually running a special offer to join as well, just to make it a little bit easier for you, because I know a lot of us have a limited starting budget, and you also do get lifetime access to the course and mentorship. Down below, you also find a case study called the Freedom Blueprint, which, depending on when you watch this video, will also be available. And there I'm showing you how to build a successful Shopify store, how we're taking a successful store from zero to $1 million valuation, 6 to 7 figures per year, and it's more of a case study as opposed to the course, which shows you step by step of how to build your business. The Freedom Blueprint is a blueprint. It's a case study, just kind of breaking down and really pulling back the curtain on one of our successful brands that we started from zero. So that's also going to be available down below. Now, if you want between 1 and 10K investment for your e-commerce brand, you have a limited starting budget, or you just want to partner up with myself, my team, and the best e-commerce sellers in the world, then you can go ahead and apply down below. The Ecom Freedom VC is basically my venture capital firm, and we invest exclusively in early stage e-commerce companies. And we've just made some amazing investments that are really, really growing. And the goal with that is to really work together, use our expertise, and use our network connections, and really just focus on building out a store that's going to really get into the millions that will later on sell for millions of dollars. So if you think you got what it takes, and if you want to apply, then go ahead and click the link down below. Anyone's available to apply, and it's free, so I recommend you do it. Thank you so much for watching this video. Subscribe to the channel. You can leave a comment down below. You can also add me on Instagram at DanVass. Send me a message on there. I actually answer the DMs. I also have a link to my podcast down below. So if you're driving in a car, if you're on a road trip, or if you're just like cooking or just chilling, you can listen to that as well. I talk about basically any thoughts that I have about entrepreneurship, mindset, and wealth, and a lot of people find it entertaining. So you can check that out as well. Thank you so much. You have an amazing day. Good luck.